Leading our bulletin this hour, Soweto residents say they've had it with erratic electricity supply. People in Pimville and Klipsruit have marched to the local Eskom offices this morning. Our reporter Nqobile Madlala is there with more on the story and joins us now. Good morning, Nqobile. Clearly very upset just listening to that headline. They really are extremely upset given that they've been without electricity, some of them for almost 2 years. Just talk to us about what's happening now.
They're definitely upset. I mean, we've heard from some of the leaders here telling us that a lot of people have been struggling with this for many, many years. So I want to ask some of the leaders here because something just came up right now. They're telling us that they are going inside, in fact, to have these talks with Eskom. And I want to ask you, Kiabeto, what exactly are you going to go inside now to do?
Good morning to the viewers. Morning, Nqobile. So the whole aim of this meeting today is because of we came here seeking that senior management of Eskom. We asked that we wanted to see Tefni Mukwena, who is the regional manager of operations and maintenance, that we want to submit our grievances about what is going on within our community. So she has delegated her second in command to come and address us with Mr. Mchali and Mr. Vusi. So right now what is about to happen is that we are going to have a talk with the management and then we are going to give them our grievances. However, the reason why we are here is that we want to make it clear that this is not a march, this is a protest. It's a grievance meeting from the community because, as you know, we as the community of Pimville Klipsruit as a whole, we've got 7 boxes, transformers that are not supplying power in the community. The community it doesn't have electricity for months and months and years. So we are here seeking for information and intervention from Eskom. We need them to come here and liaise with us so that we can give them our grievances because, as you know, in the community, maintenance is a big problem within our community. Our boxes are leaking. So we want an update that we are asking that they come maintain our boxes and they make sure that we get an update as to what is going on with the transformers because, as you know, that the community has been waiting for their transformers. So that's why they're here. So that's why we're going to sit with the management of Eskom to give them our grievances.
All right, I'll let you go there because I know that this is important, of course, for the community. And I want to bring you in, Lux. What brings you in here? Of course, are you also affected?
Oh, yes. I'm on the executive committee of the community, Pimville and Greater Klipsruit and Kliptown, affecting elders.
But I mean, like these people are saying that they haven't had electricity for so long. And you're one of the leaders that's been in the forefront talking about this. Why haven't you been successful in ensuring that people have electricity?
Yeah, because you remember I'm the president of Soweto Parliament and I'm a community member too. So we have a greater problem that affects the whole of Soweto, people in millions. So we have some small successes. We win our small battles. Deep Loop is one of them and many other areas. But we go one area at a time and some areas we're just not winning simply because the infrastructure of Eskom is dilapidated ever since the beginning of time. If our country started in 1994, everything that's Eskom infrastructure in Soweto has never ever been replaced, renewed, from the cables from the infrastructure underground to the infrastructure on the ground. So that's the real reason why we're seeing this. Even if we win a small battle in Deep Loop, we'll move away and then we hear a report that said the transformers exploded again, simply because the entire network of the infrastructure is not serviced properly.
But of course, isn't this something that you've highlighted with Eskom in the past? And what have they said to you in order to ensure that people do have electricity?
Look, what I have picked up, we don't have an intentional and deliberate leadership in Eskom and in our political leadership. Because some of these problems, it's just a matter of communication and being intentional to solve the problem. But we're not seeing that. We're seeing an Eskom that is going to communities to switch off because Bokoko are not paying. And right next to those communities, you've got informal settlements, whether they're South African or not, that's not what we're talking about, but you've got informal settlements that have electricity and it's illegal connections. So we need to balance this. We need to work together. We need to make sure that we are a unit to take the country forward. Eskom can't do it alone, the community can't do it alone, government can't do it alone. We really need to come together and take it forward. Look around, you're not seeing a tire burning because we educated our people to say that we can't burn tires and break our own infrastructure, cause potholes. We can't take traffic lights down. We can't stop traffic. We can't just be chaotic because we've got a problem with Eskom. If we have a problem with Eskom, you come to Eskom. That's why our people are here, peaceful, singing, and we've got a small delegation that's inside talking to Eskom.
I mean, like you talk about burning tires. I mean, we know already in Naturena they are struggling with the issues that they are faced with at this point. Tell me then, talk to me to those issues, because I mean, they are the ones that are burning tires right now, struggling with the help. How are you going to help them?
Yeah. When I move from here, I'm going to Naturena. The problem in Naturena is similar to the problem here. It's electricity, but they also have a problem of water. So the whole of Naturena doesn't have electricity, doesn't have water. That is just plain pathetic. So the Kogos have called after this particular struggle that we're having with Eskom. Once that is done, we're all rushing to Naturena to make sure that our people, even in their state of anger, they display maximum discipline and high morale. So we need to make sure that we show our own leadership and go there and cry with our people, but in a disciplined way. As long as everything happens within the boundaries of the law, we'll make sure. So I know there's anarchy right now because the people are leaderless, but we'll go in and provide leadership. I'll talk to the guys in Naturena to see who's on the ground right now, but I trust that the ground leadership in Naturena. So I just spoke to them as we speak right now to go on the ground and make sure they are with the Kokos and everyone so that we direct the anger. Because if the anger is not directed, we're going to have a problem. And criminal elements might creep in and then they blame the people of Naturena. So we'll never allow that.
I mean, also, I understand that the delegation has gone in. I mean, we saw from Nqobile going in as well as some of the community members that are here. But now, I want to know, if Eskom says that they cannot sort out the problem immediately, what will happen?
Look, we're not here to threaten people. We are here to communicate the problem. They communicate, they help us understand the problem because they are Eskom and say that realistically, here's a problem. You will be without electricity for X amount of days or months. This is realistic. Then we would, as leadership, have to let our people know it's a matter of communication. It's not a matter of us threatening Eskom. If the problem, as we've defined it, takes 20 days for the solution to come by, our people will have to live with it. No one is going to damage any infrastructure. No one is going to throw bricks at Eskom cars as long as we know the truth. The problem in our communication with our leadership is that there's no honesty around our communication. And my last point is to all of Soweto and every other township, let's stop attacking our councillors for electricity issues and burning their houses and threatening their councillors. The truth is that the councillors do not have jurisdiction over Eskom. It's a joint effort and their power is very limited. So I'm not speaking for the councillors. I am saying make sure that you understand where to cry. Crying to your councillor is not the only avenue. We do this as a community. We unite with those councillors, and the councillors must also be called out. When the community comes out to fight their problems, you must be seen with the community, because then you become identified as one of the enemies, and we don't want that. We want harmony and unity among the community and the councillors. Commanders, morning.
Thank you. Lux, they're speaking to us about the problems of the communities that they are faced with in Pimville. We understand that there's Zone 1, Zone 3 that has gathered here to ensure that they deliver the memorandum. There is a group that has gone inside to basically speak to Eskom, and we are hoping that there'll be a solution. But for now, we'll go check out what's happening in Naturena.
All right, Nqobile, we'll leave it there for now. That's reporter Nqobile Madlala out in Soweto for us. To the story now, the N3 toll concession